Dating 101: Why you should embrace tradition and reject modernity. In this video, I'm going to show you how rejecting modernity and embracing tradition can help you find success in your dating life. Hello everybody, and welcome to Male Wisdom. I want to talk to you about something that's been on my mind lately: dating. Specifically, tradition's role in our current society and how we can use it to our advantage when trying to find a partner. So many people quickly dismiss tradition as outdated or irrelevant, but I think it has a lot of value. So stay tuned, and I'll explain everything. There is no doubt that modernity has brought many significant advances. We have access to new technologies, medicines, and educational opportunities. We can communicate with people worldwide and share our ideas instantaneously. We can travel to new places and experience different cultures. However, there is a downside to modernity as well. With so much change happening so quickly, it can be challenging to keep up. We may feel pressure to buy the latest gadgets or become proficient in new skills. We may feel like we are constantly playing catch-up professionally and personally. Additionally, all of this change can be overwhelming and stressful. In this video, I specifically want to deal with dating and marriage in modern times. In 2022, after the pandemic, the world is slowly returning to normal regarding how people interact. But everything around us can only be called chaos. Food prices, gas prices, interest rates, and rumors of a world war are all rising. The average American will soon have a hard time making ends meet. In this timeline, the average American doesn't have enough money to keep a roof over their head, let alone eat a meal without worrying about where the next one will come from. There are a lot of foreclosures, and the stock market, real estate market, and cryptocurrency are all dying. This makes people feel hopeless and scared. In a world like this, you might think that people would form relationships to make life a little easier, but instead, there is a more significant gap between men and women. Men are walking their paths, women are walking the streets, and both are putting themselves up for sale online to the highest bidder. We know that things are not how they should be, and that relationships are getting worse and worse. It sounds terrifying. Just think about what kind of world it would be if the average man couldn't get the middle woman and people did terrible things on their own instead of working together to face the challenging times ahead. That would be a great world, but we already live in it. This is how the real world is right now. In the world we live in now, relationships are like dads. It would be nice to have one, but you don't have to. As a result, there are fewer and fewer long-lasting, stable relationships that both people can be proud of building. People instead treat relationships as if they were jokes. In the past, dating was much more formal than it is now. Possible suitors would get in touch with a lady through her parents or a third party. This would lead to a series of meetings or letters. If they were both interested, the man would eventually ask the woman to marry him. Even though this method may seem a bit old-fashioned by today's standards, it did have some good points. For one thing, it gave couples a chance to slowly get to know each other without the pressure of being physically close. It also helped ensure that people got married for more than just their appearance. Today, courtship is often less formal, and it's much easier for a couple to go from dating to getting engaged. But some people still like to take things slowly and enjoy the dating process. In the past, people did not date. Instead, they courted. Courtship was around longer than dating. When unmarried women, no longer dependent on their dads or husbands, began to be courted publicly, police, lawmakers, and other people in power were upset. Wankel says it is against the law to let men buy women food, drinks, gifts, or tickets. The same goes for tricks to get a date. To date someone, you must know them well enough to ensure a healthy connection. Promises and responsibilities are part of a courtship. This is a promise to do what God wants while dating. When dating, most relationships don't last for a long time. Courting is a time to get to know someone well before getting married. Dating involves physical proximity, but no emotional attachment. Based on these two examples, dating isn't for people who want a meaningful, long-term relationship. Dating is a numbers game to see who can keep the other person the longest. Dating gives hope. Hope is not a plan. Dates are short, and there's no plan for the relationship's future. Having sexual relations, that's modern dating. People date for free food, money, bedroom fun, a break from rooster rotation, attention, etc. Dating isn't the ideal approach to finding someone who wants to get married and have kids. Dating is about short-term pleasures and immediate gratification. Now that I've explained why dating was going to fail. Nowadays, it's straightforward to fall into traps. Presenting a positive image is not the same as lying to get an advantage. It's becoming increasingly common for people to use false identities when interacting online. Achieving one's goals through the implementation of this idea may lead others to take actions that could have devastating consequences for themselves. To deceive men, women utilize filters and cosmetics. Most women will tell a fib about their weight if it will make them seem better. If a man takes off a woman's clothes, he can be disappointed. It's possible that the man squandered resources on the girl, and dating might not be worth it to him. More women cannot settle down with a single man because of the prevalence of the hookup culture and the flexibility with which men now expect their partners to operate. To be set free and live the most spectacular lives possible, they want to leap on the numerous digging sticks in girls' tongues. A no-fault divorce streamlines the process by eliminating the need to prove guilt. Men worry that their families will be harmed if they marry since women only care about money and prizes. The current state of dating will end as a result of these issues. In a world of instant gratification, it's no surprise that more and more people are finding themselves unsatisfied with traditional dating methods. Whether it's the pressure to meet someone perfect or the never-ending cycle of going on a bad date after a wrong date, it's easy to see why so many people have given up on modern dating. However, some still believe in the value of traditional dating. They argue that getting to know someone before committing to a relationship is great, and while it may take longer to find a lasting connection, they believe it's worth the effort. Of course, in the end, it's up to each individual to decide what works best for them. But whether you're a fan of modern dating or not, one thing is for sure, it can be a pretty frustrating experience. In a world where digital dating and hookup culture are the norms, it can be easy to forget the benefits of traditional courtship. Spending time getting to know someone before taking the physical plunge has several advantages for mental health. For one, it allows you to get to know someone deeper before becoming intimate with them. This can help build a stronger foundation for a long-term relationship and avoid potential heartache. In addition, traditional courtship allows you to learn about your boundaries and what you genuinely want in a partner, without the pressure of physical intimacy. You can focus on getting to know someone without getting caught up in the moment. As a result, traditional courtship can help you form lasting relationships while promoting good mental health. There has been a lot of discussion about the so-called hookup culture that seems to be taking over the modern dating scene. According to some, this culture is damaging and dangerous, putting young people at risk for physical and emotional harm. There are several reasons why hookup culture can be harmful. First, it often leads to casual sex without any commitment, meaning that people can get emotionally attached to someone only interested in them for sex. This can lead to feelings of heartbreak and betrayal. Additionally, hookup culture often encourages people to engage in risky sexual behavior, such as unprotected sex or sex with multiple partners. This puts people at risk for STDs and other health problems. It can also be mentally and emotionally draining. For one thing, hookups often involve a lot of uncertainty. Will you like the person you're hooking up with? What if they turn out to be complete jerks? There's also the risk of getting caught up in a physical relationship without developing an emotional connection. This can leave you feeling empty and unfulfilled. Additionally, hookup culture can be tough on your self-esteem. Feeling like you're not good enough is easy when constantly being rejected or ignored. If you're not careful, hookup culture can seriously affect your mental health. Finally, hookup culture can be addictive and destructive, leading people to pursue short-term gratification at the expense of their long-term happiness. So be sure to think a lot when choosing the kind of dating you want in your life. Don't take emotional and mental stress lightly. They can affect you. It's no secret that our mental health can significantly impact our lives. After all, mental health allows us to process and understand the world around us. When our mental health is out of balance, it can affect our mood, goals, and physical health. For example, Someone struggling with depression may find it hard to get out of bed in the morning or lose interest in activities they once enjoyed. This can make it difficult to meet personal goals or maintain positive relationships. Depression can also lead to physical problems like fatigue and chronic pain. Anxiety can also interfere with our ability to function at our best. When we constantly worry about things that might go wrong, we cannot focus on the task. We may also avoid certain situations because we're afraid of how we'll react. This can limit our opportunities for growth and make it difficult to reach our full potential. Trust me, you don't want to go through the whole process of the entire healing stuff. While it is still early, embrace tradition and reject modernity. Nofap can be a difficult journey, but it's worth it. And sometimes you can experience a lot of setbacks and even relapse. If you've had a relapse, don't worry. There are ways to recover and get back on track. In this next video, I'll share tips for overcoming a relapse and getting back on the path to success. Make sure to watch it.